Hello and welcome to Micks Mowers, and in today's video we're going to be looking at another little sovereign lawnmower which come in as part of a job lot. It's missing quite a few components, so I'm not too sure if we can get this one up and running as quick as I would like. It's missing a tank, carburetor, probably the springs. It's also missing the handlebars as well in certain areas. That's one of the bits and pieces, so this is going to be a bit of a mix and a match job. But hopefully I've got enough spares in my shed and surrounding areas in my garden to make this mower a complete one and get it up and running. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this little sovereign lawnmower. Okay, and this is exactly how it came. So it's missing the tank, the carburetor. It's got one governor spring, two governor springs there. It's missing the little linkage that goes on there. It's got a few little bits and pieces down here so I can fish out. It's got some of the bits. It's got a air filter covered in water. It's got the exhaust manifold. It's got an HT lead, it's got a spark plug. It's got most of the components, but some of it is missing. It's missing also the lower side to the handle, which I need to sort out. And it's all this stuff here at the back is all arse about face and needs to be sorted out also. So let's get on and let's get a bit of clean up first, see what we can do. See what spares I have got in, see if we can get this lawnmower up and running. Okay, so I do have a spare tank which is in my shed. That doesn't seem to want to prime. Just want to try and fit it onto the engine. See if I can first of all get this one to prime up. So let's undo this 30mm bolt. What we've got here, that needs to be undone slightly. Needs to go onto there, like so, just to get the vacuum sorted. I'll grab my socket set and just run that 30mm nut up. Okay. So that's in the right place. It's missing a 10mm on the front. I need to find a spare one of those. Just got a bit more juice in this tank. It won't be enough to suck it up. I don't know what condition this carburetor's in either, so just put a good amount in, just so it's got half a chance. Just drop my fuel cap. Okay, that's not priming at all. So that can come back off and I'll try and fit another carburetor onto that, or look at the gasket and diaphragm set onto this one. Okay, so I actually had another tank in my spares box, and that is priming to a degree. It's not priming particularly well. So I'm just going to take that diaphragm gasket off of there and just see if there's anything in the mist. So it's a dirty carb, I've got to clean it, so let me get it cleaned and I'll come back. Okay, as it goes, I just noticed all these screws were loose on it, and now it is actually priming and sending petrol through the other side. So before I clean that gasket diaphragm up, I want to give that a go first. So what I want to do first off, I want to put this onto the engine, give a bit of a clean up around here, just to save any dirt and additional grime coming in. Get my air compressor on it and have a good old clean up, and then I'll come back. Okay, so little 30mm socket to go in there. It's got the washer on the back. Need to find a little governor spring clip just for that. Yeah, I had one which was in that spare Briggs I took apart the other week. So let's try and fit these springs back on. That goes into there. that one onto there, that one hooks onto there. So now we've got the best part of the carburetor assembly up and running, or where it needs to be at least. That one goes on. That one goes onto there. Happy with that. That's all working as it should do. Let's put that 13mm back on. Still got to find a 10mm for the back. That seems a bit too long, but it might go on. That's quite the right one for the job, but unless you wish to see in a minute. Yeah, that's gone on. Okay, that's holding. So we've got a carburetor, tank, all donut. That's working. Yeah, and that's priming. So that's good. Air filter. There's this plastic one here, which has seen better days. Yeah, we'll have that out. That's a proper Briggs to it. It's absolutely full of water and full of oil. Absolutely ringing. So let me clean that out and put a brand new filter into this one. Okay, so brand new air filter goes in. Where's the top gone? That wants to clean as well. Just to make sure it all breathes. Let me get a blow from my air gun. That's better. That one now goes back on. Let's find the nut, or the bolt rather. That goes back onto there. Now it at least stands half a chance of enough fuel and enough air going through. I'll just get a flathead screw just to do that up, and then I'll take the spark plug out. Okay, I have ordered some new spark plugs, so they'll be in a couple of days. So I can't fit a new one in just yet, so I've ran out. Out. See what that looks like. Very, very oily, very, very dirty. But doesn't look that old, so I'll give it a bit of a clean up just to see if we get a spark off of it. Then check the oil and see if we can't get some just to at least fire over. Alright, give it a bit of a clean up. That's much better than what it was. Put him in. Nick that one up. This too is also missing the, or was missing the cover. So the bloke who had this was a disabled fella who fixes them up also. So it's always a bit of a gamble when you're buying mowers off of people that have had a bit of a tinker as well. But we're getting there. We're starting to put the pieces together. Next thing I want to do is just want to check the oil and then try and find a handle to fit this machine. Right, let's check the oil out and see where we are with that. Lots of bits in the way at the moment. I don't like working like this because I like it all sorted out, but there you go. Here's a backyard mower shop. And it's a little bit low, but it all looks really, really good. So I'm just going to top it up for now. I don't want to invest in it too much, so I know this engine is at least running. So I'll just top it up very quickly. Okay, that should be enough for what we need. If I can get it just to do back up. If it doesn't want to do, where's my screwdriver? Better. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, just on the full mark, lovely. Okay, so that's nice and clean. Again, with all these jet blasts off around here, we've got debris and all sorts of stuff. The pull cord assembly is half hanging off. It's missing a bolt just here, so I've got to find a 10mm bolt to put in there to put this exhaust guard back on. That's actually broken. There you go. So that's no good. That's why that was off. Let me see if I've got a spare one of those. Okay, I do have a spare 10, but I'm running very, very short on these. So if anyone has the link or product number to these Briggs & Stratton 10mm bolts and they'd like to send it to me, I'll be very much appreciated. And that's that one on. I've got to find a little tiny bolt to go on the front of that, which I have got in the shed, I know it for a fact. So that's not a problem, I can fit it on in a minute. So we've got all bolts on now, all three are there, that's good. Let's just test, see if we've got a bit of compression on it. Get the pull over. Let's pull the dead man's handle in, which is working. Yeah, there's compression there, that's good. Right, just got to figure out this arm assembly to try and get something sorted to make all this contraption work as it should do, but it's missing bits and all sorts. So let me have a quick little fiddle about with this. Let's get the flap down, get it working how it should be, and then we're going to move on to finding the bottom part for this. Right, so I now have just put the spring in place, and that is now working as it should do. Those new star washers I got, I may put on the end of there just to hold that. So now I want a little tiny arm just to fit on the end of this, and I have a plethora of spares, so it's a question of me just finding the right one that fits to bolt to it. Okay, so this is where I am so far. I managed to get a bottom bracket for it. It's not quite the same size. I'm going to have to drill a hole in here and put two 30mm bolts through just to hold it snug, because it just moves up and down slightly, but it will do. I can also bend these plates out a touch just to hold it as well, just hold it in place. But it's not a permanent fix, it's just, well, it will be permanent once it's done, but literally these holes just won't quite line up, so it's going to be drilled through there just to hold it in place. So it'll do for now though, as a bit of a fix. Let's get the top of the arm assembly fitted next. Okay, I now have the top arm assembly fitted as well, so that's a bit better. As I say, just kind of redo these this bottom side. I didn't have anything that was actually the right one for it, but that's what our job's all about, making it fit and making it work. So it just wants something just to stop that from bending backwards, but it'll do for now. It won't be sold like it. It needs a new spark plug, and it needs a front bolt on there doing bolts through there just to hold it. I could just bend these back and crimp that over, but that would be a bodge. So I want to probably drill a new hole all the way through there, or actually on that back plate, drill a hole through it and bolt it and plate it. So that'd be another day, but this little lawnmower was actually in bits. Let's now see if I can't get it up and running to half sensible condition maybe. It's had new oil, which is not done up properly, I can see. Put that all the way home. So it's had new oil, air filter done, carburetor donor, and linkage as well. So let's now see if it can't up and run. Right, wish me luck. So this mower come in as a job lot, so it was already destined for the tip. It wasn't destined to go anywhere else above a tip or for spares. So let's have a little look. Not priming yet. Now it is. It may want a gasket and diaphragm on this one. So there it goes. Right, let's see what happens. Nice bit of compression on there, I can feel. That's to be expected. I think it doesn't want gasket and diaphragm on here. Let's see if I can't keep it running. I'm smelling fuel through that primer bulb. Yeah, it's wet. So that's actually got a broken primer bulb on that one. So let me now just go and fit a new primer bulb to it, and we'll try it again. You may be able to see when I prime this, it's wet Just there, there's the nick, just there, I can see it. Just there. Let me get something in there, dental pick. There it is, so there's a hole. Right, I'll just, it's literally just 2 screwdrivers, pop this one out and pop the new one in. So very, very simply, push the 2 tabs at the front. That's one side, remove the fuel cap. And the other side, just pop it in at the front, and just work it forward. It will come. There it goes, I think. And just work your way forward with it. Put one side out. Just the other side being a pickle, right where you guys are. And go on the other side. So wet here, we've had so much rain, it's not even funny. And there's the other side there. That should now release. There it is there. So as you can see, if I take it out, I can get to it. Yeah. And there's a split just there. So let's put a new one in, and then we'll go from there. I'll get a bit of a spray up, a bit of a clean, and then fit the new one in. Okay, so I've got a new primer. This is brand new, but this come off that carburetor that wouldn't prime. So that goes into there. Line up the tabs, there's 2 tabs, one here, and they go on each side. So line it up just where you roughly want it. With an 18mm socket. Yeah, it is, 18mm socket. You can then just push that all the way home until it clicks into place. It should be there. And you can test just by trying to pull back the primer bulb. That's got that end. That hasn't got that end. So just with a screwdriver down the side, careful of the bulb, push it all the way back until that tab clicks into place. Once it clicks into place, then you know is where it needs to be. I think it needs to go up just a touch as well. Not quite where it needs to be. I think it is now. Just very gently, because you don't want to damage it. It will just click into place. There it goes. Just heard that. Yeah, that's now in. And now it's priming beautifully. Right, let's put it back on my deck and see if I can't get it to run. Okay, here we go then. Now it's priming properly. You can hear that now. Let's see what happens. It may want a new spark plug, as I say, or diaphragm. Yeah, that needs a new gasket and diaphragm put into there, but it's not bad considering it was destined for a tip. So what I'm going to do now is just put a new gasket and diaphragm in and see how it runs from there. Okay, so now we're back. I literally have just put a new gasket and diaphragm in. That's all I've done. I haven't tested it at all, and that is priming so much better, as it should do. Let's just check the fuel level on it again. Yeah, there's plenty of fuel in there. As I say, this one's destined for a tip, this one, or just as parts, but it may do some on a turn. Nice little cheap little mower. Let's see if it'll run. Okay, it's going to be a bit smoky because I think it's been tipped up on its side, left out in the rain and all sorts. So what I should do before I do sell this lawnmower on, it'll have a brand new spark plug, the blade will come off, all be sharpened up, cleaned up, tidied up, and just a general check over, and then allowed to run for 20 minutes. I start them up when they're cold, let them run for 20 minutes, and then turn them off after 20 minutes, leave it for about 30-40 seconds, and fire it up again to make sure it starts when it's hot. So all in all, it's not a bad little job. Okay, so that's now all up and running as it should do. It just wants a couple of bits doing. It wants a blade sharpening, it wants a spark plug doing. But please bear in mind, this lawnmower was destined for only one place before I got hold of it, and that was down the tip. So all we done was a quick little mini service. It's still got to have the belt done and the spark plug, which are on order. Once that lawnmower is up and running and tidied with the handlebar adjustment as well, that's been bolted on, that lawnmower won't go for a lot of money, but it'll still make me a little bit of profit and make someone very, very happy, hopefully. Lots of people in my area are not interested in your big high-end lawnmowers that make lots of money. They're in for your nice, quick, easy, cheap mowers that just want to cut their grass and get on with the rest of their day. And that's pretty much what I try and do in my area. My lawnmowers are not expensive, they're all affordable, and they are at the lower end. So I hope you enjoyed this little video of Micks Mowers, and I hope you found it informative, and just goes to prove to show what you can actually do with these little lawnmowers as long as you've got the spares in stock. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Do you feel the